Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. Right, and here we are for Robb Hill, R. Hill Enterprises, Inc. Robb Hill is an accomplished author, a public speaker, a minister, and he is a professional at pulling your heads out of the sand and opening your eyes, especially for the willfully ignorant. Robb, it is great to see you as always.
It is great to be seen, Steve, and I look forward to meeting you all the time.
Yes, it is always an adventure. I can say that. And you've done some phenomenal presentations, and people definitely appreciate it. And you do a lot with insurance, and we have talked about some of it. And there's some questions as we're moving forward. Rebecca has said she enjoys everything that you have presented, and she has learned a lot that she did not know from what you present. Her question is, life insurance is sold as a certainty, but what parts of a policy are actually uncertain, especially as we go into 2026? I think she's afraid that there may be some uncertainty involved with what she has. She didn't say exactly what policy she has. So I know that makes it a little challenging.
Well, the any life insurance policy, anyone, whether it's whole life, term, universal life, whatever the case may be, every policy from page 3 to page 9 will tell you everything you need to know about that policy. The problem that we have is that people buy insurance. It's an intangible thing. Okay, you buy a policy based on what some agent tells you, and you get it and you stick it in a drawer, and hopefully it'll be there when you need it.
Exactly.
The thing about this is though is that most people don't understand what they have. Like, man, Steve, 9 times out of 10, when I sit down with people to talk about their life insurance, what they have and what they think they have are two very different things. Okay.
Which is
And
crazy.
right. And people need to know, but then you get into all the jargon and all this kind of stuff, and people just don't have an understanding of it. This is why we go line by line through everything to make sure that there is total transparency. Okay. There is no bad insurance. Okay. It's only bad if it's not going to perform the way you think it should perform. Okay. Like
Exactly.
you can't take a hammer and drive a screw.
Right.
It ain't gonna work. A hammer's a beautiful tool. It's good you got one. But if you got to drive a screw, my friend, you need another tool.
Not going to
Okay.
work out for you.
And so when we talk about life insurance and wills and trusts and long-term care, all these things, these are all tools and they have a specific purpose. And this is what they need to be used for. So you need to be, it needs to be explained to you exactly what's going on. And if you don't ask the right questions, you are not going to get the right answers. Okay.
Which is important because
Mm-hmm.
mention that in your book specifically.
Right. So, yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean she also wanted to know what policy types are most vulnerable right now because she sees interest rates, being a volatility right now. They're fluctuating,
Well,
and
the,
she wants to know.
the policies that would be affected by that
Yeah.
are index universal life policies or equity indexed.
Oh,
Or
okay.
those policies that are tied to the performance of the stock market, they're the only ones that are going to be affected. A whole life policy will not be affected by whatever the stock market does. A term life policy will not be affected by whatever the stock market does. Okay. Um, there are some bells and whistles that go along with each and every life insurance policy. However, it's not a cookie cutter thing. Every
No.
individual has their own goals and how they want to achieve them and all this kind of stuff. But the main thing is to make sure that your family is not going to be in a hole if something happens to you. Right? This is where I coined the phrase "firm grip on an empty bag." Okay, see. What you think you have and what you actually have are two very different things, and it's too late to find out later on in life because all life insurance, all financial products for that matter, favor your age and your health. Okay, the younger
Right.
you are, the better it is for you. Okay, and
Yeah.
as you get into your twilight zone, now it's not so much as options. Now you are forced. Okay,
Yeah.
you are
You're
forced
limited.
into a situation that you really could have taken care of years ago. And so this is what I explain to people. I said, look, you got to begin with the end in mind. All right. Do your will today.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. You've heard me say this many times, man. If you keep putting off what you can do today until tomorrow, what you'll end up with, my friends, is a bunch of empty yesterdays. Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
very true
now,
and
do it
important.
now. If your life insurance, you know what? We do a policy performance audit. I will review your stuff for you. I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. If you're in a good position, I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, your guy did you, or your the male or female, whoever you dealt with to get this, they did you a good service. Okay. If not, we can recommend some changes and all this kind of good stuff. It doesn't matter where you're at, what state you're in, or whatever. You can give me a call, or you can go to my website
Right.
and book an appointment there, and we can have a heart to heart conversation.
And I will also tell you, I'll share it with you. The episode we did last week, had your highest viewership on our YouTube channel. We had over 11,000 viewers on YouTube alone, which is pretty good, pretty darn impressive. So you got right back into it. This is from Aaron. She wants to know, and I know I may have brought this up with you, but how are mental health disorders impacting, some of the underwriting today? Because anxiety, depression, bipolar. I mean, that's all going to either ding you completely, right?
Oh yes, all those
Do,
things. Because you have to be a competent person to take out a life insurance policy. Okay,
right?
And all the medications that you're taking, everything that you've been diagnosed with, and all that, it all plays a part in the underwriting. Okay?
Right.
There are 9 tables. Okay, 9 different tables that have different things in them. You got diabetes and anxiety, depression, all that stuff is in there. And each one of those maladies adds cost.
Okay, so you can get it, but it'll add cost to it. Okay, because her thing is, depression is so prevalent in our country, and so it won't prevent you from getting a policy. It will obviously increase it. And then she wanted to know if you are diagnosed with depression, but you're not taking medication, but you're seeing a therapist. Does that make a difference?
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, in a good way.
Because there is an organization called the MIB. That is the Medical Information Bureau. Okay. Right. And all insurance companies utilize this service that they have to find out whatever prescriptions you've ever taken and all this kind of stuff, what you've been diagnosed with. They got all that information. All right. And so what they do is they use that in the underwriting. Okay. Depression. And I'm going to surprise you when I say this, but most people are depressed by choice.
I would agree with you by that. Yes,
because they are so focused on everything that's going wrong. Okay, and that just puts them in a funk.
Yeah, it does.
And it just pushes them, just takes them out of life, man. I mean, they just sit back and wonder what's going to happen next.
Well, yeah, they just wait for someone to do something for them instead of them going out and being proactive and doing something to help.
And that's where the rubber hits the road, man. Most people are just sitting back and letting life happen to them. Okay.
Wow.
See, life was not meant to lift you up. Life will beat you down if you let it. Okay. And what a lot of us, a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that I run into, they are so negative that if you put them in a dark room, they develop. Okay.
If you put them in a dark room, I can't wait.
You just listen to the things people say, and I'm like, really? Did you hear what you just said? I mean, it is truly amazing. And Steve, you've heard me say this many times, man. Words matter.
Yeah. No,
words matter.
Have stressed that. Yes.
You've got to stop defeating yourself. See, why let the words of your mouth destroy the work of your hands?
Exactly. And
that's where a lot of people find themselves, man. They're digging their own hole.
Yeah, but I mean, even someone like you who's been through it all, you maintain a positive outlook and a positive attitude every day. And
you know why? People don't. Listen to me, Steve. It is a choice. Everybody has a choice.
I agree with you. Yes,
you have a choice. It is
Yes.
written in one of my favorite books. It said, "Choose you this day."
Yeah. I agree with that.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
I
You
agree
know.
with that. I
Yeah.
agree. I
And
agree
so
wholeheartedly.
to get back to the insurance, where she was talking about the uh, various items that can be affected by what the economy is doing, I would submit to her and everyone listening: focus on your own economy.
Yeah.
Okay, focus on your economy, because our nation is built on our individual economies.
They are.
Okay? So we have got to. The ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. Okay, so see, when with all this craziness going on right now, and I call it pure evil. Okay,
It is right now.
pure
Yeah.
evil. And so we have got to walk away from that. See, because what you are willing to walk away from determines what God will bring into your life. But see, what a lot of people don't understand it, God has already done what He's going to do. He's just waiting on you.
He- absolutely.
He's just waiting
Put
on
you in
us.
position. You got to make a decision. Go right, go left, get moving.
Hmm. Or you can stand there like a deer in the headlights, and you know what happens to the deer in the headlights, right?
I sure do. I
Smack.
sure do. The party's over. The
Yep, that's
party
it.
is over.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So what a lot of people don't understand about life insurance is that it is something that you can solidify your legacy with. All right.
Yeah.
That's what insurance is for. It's for the people that you leave behind. All right. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't need insurance." I say, "It's not for you.
No.
It's not for you.
No.
It's for those people that you're going to leave behind that are going to be, I mean, not only are they going to be missing you, but they're going to be missing your income too."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what life insurance is all about. I mean, it's a beautiful thing until you add people.
Well, yeah. People
I
can
mean,
mess
then
with
you
it.
get you get these starving agents running around here, man, selling everything. And
No, I listen. I hear commercials because of you now on the radio about the pie in the sky with some of these term life insurance policies, and I'm like, there's no way that's true. Come on.
well, I mean, like I said, Steve, there is no good or no bad as
No,
long
right,
as long as you know how it works.
right, right, right.
You got to know how it works. It could be
Correct.
a very bad thing if you don't know. You get there, like I was telling you about Mr. Rodriguez. He'd been paying that policy for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, he got a letter in the mail that said, "Mr. Rodriguez, it has been a pleasure serving you for these past 20 years. However,
Oh,
in order for you to maintain your current level of coverage, a new premium is going to have to be paid." And it was
exactly.
10 times what he had been paying for 20 years. Oh, he was livid. He was livid.
I know it's crazy how that works. Um, she also wanted to know how insurers, we talked about depression, anxiety. How do insurers view obesity, medications, and longevity? I guess like if you're on blood pressure medication or cholesterol medication.
Well, as long as you're on the medication, they believe they want to believe that you're doing something about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So as long as you're under treatment and all that, yes, that's a good thing. And to have it and not do anything about it, that's when it gets to be a problem. Okay, because what happens is, say a person does not truthfully answer all the medical questions on their life insurance policy. They buy a policy, and then 6 months later, they have a heart attack. What the insurance company is going to do is they're going to investigate, and they're going to find out this person had heart disease, which was not disclosed in the application. So they can
Wow.
deny the claim. And when they deny the claim, all they have to do is return back all the premiums that were paid in.
That's wild.
See, this is why you need to be truthful on an application.
Yes.
And then too, there's also the contestability clause. It's a 2-year window. Like, right, to keep you, like, you go buy $1 million insurance policy and then you go and commit suicide, hoping it's gonna pay out. Well, it ain't gonna happen.
No.
And that you got to wait 2 years before you commit suicide. And something may change in those 2 years. You might not want to commit suicide, but
you may not want to.
Right. Then too, I mean, you say you want to commit suicide, but what if you don't die?
You said that before.
Yeah. What if you just mess yourself up worse than you are now?
People don't think that far ahead.
No, they don't. They're looking at right now. It's a very myopic view. I mean, right now, I got to do something right now. As opposed to planning for tomorrow, even though tomorrow is not promised.
Not promised at all.
Promised. But you prepare for it, because when you wake up, guess what? It's tomorrow.
It is. Mm-hmm. Robert wanted to know, are approvals faster because risk may be lower in some people, or because standards have changed?
Well, it's not so much the standards have changed, it's just the focus has changed. Like, you got final expense insurance, which it's all life insurance, but they call it final expense insurance because it is geared toward paying for a person's homegoing, their funeral, or whatever the case may be. Okay. Those have a very quick turnaround. Okay. There's also that contestability period, but a final expense policy is usually $25,000 or less. It may even be up to $50,000, and they have minimal underwriting. Okay, and it's like, you see the Colonial Penn. They talk about guaranteed issue and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they do that for those small policies. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But you're talking about something that's just gonna take care of the final expenses. But when you're talking about your family and having them continue on in their lifestyle, we're talking pretty significant amount of insurance. Okay. You're talking, you're getting into the 6 figures and things like that. See, it's better to do it while you're young.
Yes.
Okay. As opposed to when you get older, because if you think the price of insurance is high right now, wait till you see the price of the doctor.
Yeah. No,
you think going to the gym is expensive?
Yeah.
Wait till you get the doctor bill.
Yeah. Wait till that comes. Yeah. Riding in the ambulance, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it gets real ugly, and everything is tied to money. This is why insurance is a beautiful thing.
So this is from a friend of mine. He's a business owner, and he wanted to know. He's one of my sponsors. He does tax plans. He wanted to know, how should business owners rethink key person insurance in 2026?
I wouldn't think they need to rethink it.
Okay.
Because it's solid just like it is. Key person insurance is just that. Someone that is an integral part of your organization.
Yes.
You want to make sure that in the event something happens to them, that you will have the wherewithal to replace them,
right,
or keep on getting up. That's a beautiful thing. Key person insurance, and see,
that's what he has.
They just put that in the business aspect, but when you're talking about the family unit,
right,
we're talking about key person insurance there too. Who's the breadwinner?
I didn't think of that. You're right. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same thing. It's just different nomenclature.
Right. It's just I see what you're saying.
It's all the same.
Different vernacular for it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. he also asked interest rate volatility, impacting cash value growth.
No,
That's kind of been his concern.
not with life insurance. Now
No, oh,
this can play a big part when you're talking about other financial instruments like annuities, things like that. Okay, that's where that plays a role. But see,
okay,
if you get into the different types of annuities, you got fixed annuities, you got equity index annuities, and you got variable annuities. Okay, a
right,
variable annuity can be in the positive today and gone tomorrow. Okay.
right, right.
Equity indexed annuity or financial vehicle equity indexed, it only grows when the stock market grows. It's like, say the stock market tanks, nothing happens. All
Yeah,
right. Your principal is protected and all that kind of good stuff because it's guaranteed. Okay. And no matter what the stock market does, if it goes below, if it goes down or goes south, you're not going to feel that. But if it goes north, you're going to get the reward. Okay.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
That's the
Okay,
equity indexed annuity. Then you got a fixed annuity where you get a certain percentage regardless of whatever may happen. And your principal is always
really?
protected. Yes. So
Okay,
like you may get 3, 5, 6, 7% or whatever. There's a participation rate that goes with different types of annuities. You got 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, all these different kinds and all that. So what a person needs to do is they need to make sure that they're not going to need liquidity in the
yeah,
initial run of the annuity. Like the first year, first 2 years, you just don't you want to keep your hands off that money.
yeah,
Now,
100%.
there are some strategies that go along with it. You remember we talked about that with safe alternatives to the stock market. Okay. And there are things that a lot of people can do with their money to make their money work for them as opposed
Correct.
to them working for the money. Okay, so that's the goal right there. Retirement is not an age. Retirement is a financial position. And
Exactly.
cash flow is the goal, not a bunch of assets.
Right.
Okay. We need cash flow because cash flow is what buys the food, what pays the rent, all this kind of stuff. But we got a lot of the baby boomers nowadays and they're helping out their children, you know.
Yeah.
Uh they're going to college and getting these degrees and then coming back home. I wonder why I got a
They
degree
are.
in
They
got a
are.
degree in finger painting. I'm like, what? Are you
Yeah.
serious? Yeah. So
You're
it's
right.
it's amazing. It's truly amazing what's happening because it used to be in the generation prior to us. Okay, the baby boomer, well, the before the baby boomer generation, the greatest generation in the history, they took care of their parents.
That's how it's supposed to be done.
That they took. Now we've got these nursing homes all over the place, and then you got these lawyers sitting back just waiting for the next shoe to drop. Do you know lawyers they gather up every year and they figure out who they gonna sue?
Yeah, of course they do.
Who we gonna sue?
Yeah. Who do we go after?
Did you do basic training at Fort Polk, Louisiana? You might be entitled to compensation. I mean, we've got 6 lawyers for every 1 doctor.
Is that really true? It's
That is really true. You look at the
that's the
majority of our
ratio?
politicians; they are lawyers, brother.
No, they are. You're right. You're right. They are. They are.
Hmm.
They are. So I'll ask you two more questions.
Okay.
What would you say is the biggest life insurance mistake people will make in 2026?
Not getting any.
That's what I knew you were going to say. Knew you were going to say that. Not getting any. I
Yeah.
knew you were not. I predicted that one.
See, what a
Uh,
lot of people don't understand is that get your life insurance right now because
Yeah,
you're not going to be any younger.
exactly.
Your health could take a turn. See,
Any second it can.
yep. And that's going to make it even that much harder to get insured. So do it now while you're upright.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the last question is from Kim. She asked if you could name one uncomfortable truth every policyholder needs to hear because you're comfortable talking about the uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. You say what would I tell every
Yeah, what
policyholder?
would you? What's an uncomfortable truth that every policyholder needs to hear that
Well,
they may not hear from
the
agents?
uncomfortable truth is simply this: people need to know exactly what type of a life insurance policy they're buying. By
That's
far, that is the number one thing right there. I mean, I could tell you all kinds of horror stories about people that I have sat down with, and they just, by virtue of not knowing and then not asking the right questions, and they buy these policies, and it's good if you die, but what if you live? You outlive this policy. You know, like Mr.
yeah,
Rodriguez.
yeah,
20 years in, and he was
That's
living, man.
sickening. Yeah,
I'll just suffice to say this right here, man. Look, get you a life insurance policy today. Find out exactly what it is. See, term, whole life, universal life, whatever the case may be. But see, you got to know what you got in your toolbox. You got to know what.
exactly.
Okay, so you get a line by line explanation. And if you like, you can visit me anytime and we'll go over whatever you may have in place right now. And I will give you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
And I
that's what
think
we
that's
do because a
critical.
lot of people have abdicated the responsibility of their own financial future. Just like, oh, well, everything is going good right now. See, we live in a give it to me now society.
Or instant gratification. Yeah.
Instant. And then the question is, are you really being gratified? No, actually, what's happening is they are separating you from your money. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have got to learn how to have money working for you instead of you working for money because there will come a day when you will not be able to get up and get out there and chase that dollar.
You will not be.
Dollars
And
chasing you.
you don't want to be 75 years old and trying to chase that dollar. So
You see them all the time. You look at all these people are up there in the age and they're still working.
yeah, they're at Walmart. I mean, I see it. It sickens me.
And
I
so,
mean,
well, why are you working? He said, well, it wasn't because he's not working because he couldn't find something to do. He said, if you had some money, you could find something to do.
no, you're right. You're right.
They working to pay these bills to keep things going.
Well, thank you for answering these questions. The guys that we did not get to, we'll get to them next week. But we're gonna move on to Robb's presentation right now.
All
Thank
right.
you. I like this. All right.
And this right here, see,
How
what
much
we're
is
going to talk
the
about right
trillion?
now. Yeah, I mean, think about that. I mean, you hear the word and it just flies over most people's heads. Okay,
Hey, it does.
but now we want to really dive into this. Okay, so prepare to be rocked. Okay, all this talk about stimulus packages and bailouts, $1 billion, $100 billion, $800 billion, $1 trillion. What does that look like? I mean, these various numbers are tossed around like so many doggy treats.
Right. They really are.
So I thought I'd take a Google SketchUp out for a test drive and try to get a sense of what exactly $1 trillion looks like. Okay, so check this out. We'll start with the $100 bill. currently the largest U.S. denomination in general circulation. Most everyone has seen them. Slightly fewer have owned them, but guaranteed to make friends wherever they go. Okay. Now it's all about the Benjamins, right?
It's all about the Benjamins. Money
So
talks.
check this out. A packet of $100 bills is less than half an inch thick and contains $10,000. It fits easily into your pocket and is more than enough for a week or two of shamefully decadent fun. All right. $1 million. Believe it or not, this next little pile is $1 million. 100 packets of $10,000. You could stuff that into a grocery bag and walk around with it. Okay.
Wow.
This is what I'm talking about. While a measly $1 million looked a little unimpressive, 100 million is a little more respectable. It fits neatly on a standard pallet. That's 40 by 40. Okay. Holy cow. And $1 billion. Now we're really getting somewhere. Look at this.
Now you need a tractor trailer.
Look at those pallets. Okay. That's $1 billion. That's 1,000 million. Okay.
God.
Now, please have a seat. Next, we'll look at $1 trillion. What is that number we've been hearing so much about?
We have.
What is $1 trillion? Well, it's a million.
12 zeros.
It's 1,000 billion. It's a 1 followed by 12 zeros. Now, are you ready for this?
No, but
ladies and gentlemen, I give you $1 trillion. And notice those pallets are double stacked $100 bills.
It's like the floor of someone's house.
Look at this. This is over the size of a football field.
Oh my God! So you're saying that's longer than 100 yards?
Yeah, these are double stacked $100 bill pallets. Remember when we went back and looked at that? These are double stacked.
Yes.
They're double stacked. And look at the size of. You see the little guy down there?
I do.
Those pallets are taller than him. Look at that. And notice those pallets are double stacked $100 bills. So the next time you hear congressmen toss around the phrase $1 trillion, that's what they're talking about. Okay.
But let me ask you this. I think people don't really appreciate the value and how much this is because, everything is done transactionally. We see numbers. We don't, a lot of people don't pay cash for anything anymore. It's just put my card in. We see numbers. We don't actually see the dollar amount. I think if you see it and it's tangible, when that would make an impact. That would make you say like, huh.
Right. I would like to refer you back to a presentation I did several weeks ago or several episodes ago about the 10 pillars of economic wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to revisit that again too, but this is known as fiat currency, brother. Okay. They tell you this thing about inflation, which is a big old lie. It's not, things are not costing more, your dollar's getting weaker. But now, in the past year, we're seeing the dollar strengthen. Okay.
Yes, we are moving in the right direction. Correct.
Right. So then we look at this. For a greener America, at the rate Congress is spending our money, we'll be out of trees by 2012. For this reason, a new bill will be issued to reduce paper waste and commemorate the new monetary philosophy in America. Now, I did this presentation several years ago. Okay.
Oh well, it makes sense.
Yeah. Presenting the all new $1 trillion bills.
Oh my God, that's great.
But I digress. Let me move on here. All right. Now that you've seen $1 trillion, forward this to your friends and family. The more people who know, the more we can stop this runaway speeding train. Listen to this. A wise and frugal government, which shall leave men free to regulate their own pursuits of industry and improvement, and shall not take from the mouth of labor the bread it has earned. This is the sum of good government. And thank you for Donald J. Trump. Okay? Because we need some Thomas Jeffersons to step up now. And what we got, I mean, our government is riddled with corruption, brother.
We see it every day.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ball of wax. But listen, I did this years ago, and
that's scary.
There's so much stuff that's going on right now that.
Well, people just think that the solution is okay. We'll just print more money.
That remember that? Do you remember the phrase quantitative easing? Do you remember that?
Slightly, yes.
Well, see, I was livid, man. I've been ringing the bells, man. Hey, look, every time they print more money,
yeah,
it lowers the value of all the money that's already out there.
Exactly. Yes, and you're right.
I've told you before. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. What that basically means, I owe you.
Owe you.
Yeah, I owe you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that is. And so what we as a nation got to do is we've got to get our own fiscal responsibility in check. All right. It is our personal economies that we need to be concerned about, because if you have a strong personal economy, our government will be strong. All right. In order for you to have a strong personal economy, that means that you're going to have to get knowledgeable about what this government is doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. Okay. They work for us. We don't work for them. But you ask the average person on the street right now, and they're going to tell you we working for the government.
Well, like you said, they're willfully ignorant. Well, it's amazing to see. I hate to say it, but the stupidity on some people that just don't know. And like you said, congressmen have been in office for 40 plus years.
It don't happen. It don't happen.
We never was supposed to. Our country was not built on that.
No,
it was never supposed to happen that way. And they're not supposed to get rich.
They're selected, not elected.
Yeah, they're selected. Yes.
Yes, they are selected. Yeah, look at the Mitch McConnells and all these people. I mean,
Nancy Pelosi. I mean,
come on now, who in their right mind voting these people in? Ain't nobody voting them in. They are selected, brother. Our electoral system has been rigged for a long time. You remember Donald Trump? He said this, and I just love him when he said it. He said, "We're gonna make it too big to rig, baby." We got to get it. It's gonna be too big to rig.
Yeah. He's right. I mean, he's right. I mean, are you saying? I want to make sure I understand the electoral college, or just the electoral system.
Our electoral system.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant. Not the electoral college. Yes.
Right. But see, by default, it permeates itself into every area of government.
Oh, it does.
I mean, the corruption, man. I sit back and I listen to some of these politicians talking this nonsense. I'm like, do you really believe that? I mean, you look at all they were saying about ICE. You get what was his name? Chuck Schumer talking about.
Chuck Schumer.
ICE is 2.0. What they call voter ID laws. That's Jim Crow 2.0. I'm like, how could you really believe this? I mean, it's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling how two people can look at the same picture and come up with two different conclusions.
Yeah. And him and AOC are just they're lunatics. They're
evil, brother.
No, it is. It is
flat
evil.
out.
It is evil. It is evil,
It is evil.
and it's harming people. It's harming Americans, and then the other idiot is Mamdani. What he's doing to New York City, the people
Selected,
that are leaving.
not elected.
Oh, I know
Selected.
he was selected. I 100% believe he was selected.
Well,
But I mean, people are in droves leaving New York City.
yeah.
They don't. They're not living there. I mean, he is doing everything possible to corrupt the city, and within 2 years, the Bronx will be burning again.
Well,
Because
I would submit to you 2 years is giving him a little leeway.
I am giving him a little leeway.
Giving him a lot of
Giving him a little
leeway.
leeway.
But I would submit to you that the destruction of our electoral system is the reason why this is going on. This is why we have sanctuary cities and all this kind of stuff, is because people in their heart, they know the truth, but they don't want the truth.
No, they don't.
They don't
They
want
don't.
it.
They can't handle it.
Behind the lie, you know.
They can't. They can't handle it. They can't handle it.
You know what, Steve? You don't have to remember the truth. The truth is the truth, but you got to definitely make sure you keep up with them lies. That's why they tell you you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All right.
You had several commenters said that you 100% should need an ID to vote, and illegals should not be getting them.
It goes further than the ID, like I said.
Right.
I mean, you can, in these sanctuary cities, a person can go get a driver's license.
But how do they get a social security number? They just manufacture social security numbers?
They just make it up. They make it up. They make them up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Every aspect of our government has been infiltrated, brother. And they have done this over the last 100 years. They've been slowly but surely creeping in every aspect.
Do you think had COVID not happened, would we still be in this position? Because, I mean, COVID changed the way, it didn't change the way voting was, but it allowed for more of the absentee ballots and the ballot stuffing.
Actually, Steve, I'm gonna give you my unvarnished opinion. Okay.
I would love to know, because
COVID was the second biggest lie ever in the history of mankind.
No, I'm with you on that.
You know
I agree.
And listen, people have been dying ever since people been living, brother.
I agree with you on that.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. It was
during that COVID sham, you never heard nothing about nobody dying from pneumonia, car accidents, or anything like that. Everybody,
it was all labeled.
Everybody was dying from COVID. And then they tell you to wear a mask. And you know my idea on that. Wearing a mask is like putting on underwear to stop a fart. Right? But see, the reason why they had people wear the mask, the reason why they had them wear the mask is so they couldn't be identified.
Right.
With all the crime going on. All right.
Yeah.
You see, crime is rampant now. And see, there was a time in this nation when if somebody saw you doing something wrong, we're going to hold you for the police.
No doubt.
Not on our watch. It ain't happening. Now, people just don't give a damn about
They film it with their cameras, which drives me nuts.
I mean,
I see that.
It's wild. It is just wild. It's total lawlessness.
You see someone getting beat up, and they're filming it with their cameras instead of stepping in trying to help the guy.
Yeah,
I've seen that. That makes me sick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just a couple people had asked what your thoughts are on the Nancy Guthrie situation, abduction, kidnapping.
Well, I would submit to you that, see, there are a lot of things going on every day.
There are.
That we don't hear about.
My friend said the exact same thing.
Our news industry thrive on conflict and controversy.
Love it.
This is why this Nancy Guthrie, and because her daughter's famous,
Correct.
This is why this is being purported all over the news.
Correct.
We've got situations going on right now, right down the street from you, right down the street from me, but you never hear nothing about it. Why?
Yeah. Right? No, one of my co-hosts said the exact same, something similar. He said, it's horrible what happened to her, but he said there's thousands upon thousands of missing people in this country, and they don't get the local law enforcement or federal resources that have been deployed for Nancy Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said that he thinks that's unfair. And I understand the situation's dire and there's a sense of urgency because of her age, but there's thousands of missing people. They don't get a fraction of the support that has gone to this.
What you gotta look at though is that law-abiding citizens negate a whole lot of that nonsense that's going on.
They do.
All right. See, the police are just a reaction. The government, they come after the fact something happened. What we got to do is we got to stop it before it happens.
100%. Yep.
See, we got to nip this thing in the butt before it happens. See, we got to stand up for what's ours.
100%.
See, like I was telling you before in a previous podcast, that you got the right to swing your arm. All right.
You sure do.
Your right ends when you get close to my nose.
Okay? It does. It does.
This is why we, as a population, we have got to stand up for righteousness, and we gotta let them know we ain't taking none of this baloney. All right, we ain't taking it.
No,
we're not taking it. I mean, we can stop all this stuff, man, because we gotta have law-abiding citizens that are not afraid to hold you accountable.
Exactly.
See,
exactly.
When I was growing up, man, if I was out doing something wrong and the neighbor down the street saw me, guess what? She put the kibosh on that right now.
Absolutely.
Right? Nowadays, you see somebody doing something, man, that don't nobody say nothing.
Nope.
Just keep on
mind their own business. Yep. Don't say a word.
And they're not minding their own business because law and order is all of our business.
It should be, yeah.
It is.
It affects all of us.
Yep.
It affects every single one of us.
Most definitely.
Do you believe? I mean, I've done a lot of research. I think it was a coordinated attack. I don't necessarily believe was a kidnapping / abduction because ransom notes were sent to news outlets. They've had no communication with the family, and I don't think it's going to end positively.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it as a coordinated attack and it's not going to have the best outcome?
I see it as distraction.
Somebody else said that too. It's a distraction. Yes. After what else is going on. Yes. Mm-hmm. It is a distraction. I've heard that as well.
Yeah, that's my own personal opinion because, like I said, man, you've got all kinds of things happening around you right now that you don't hear about.
No, every news station, 24 hours, this is the coverage. Mm-hmm. So you're 100% right.
Yep. I mean, why? Because our news media thrives on conflict and controversy.
No, this is huge for them. They get their highest ratings ever from this.
Yep. That's why they keep doing it. That's why they keep spewing it out there. And back to that thing about the COVID stuff. See, There was another reason why they put that out there, and that was to see how many of the lemmings are really out there. You know what a lemming is, right?
Oh, pretty much all of us were.
Falling right off the edge of the cliff, right?
Yep.
They were
No
finding out
questions asked.
who exactly is going to listen to them. Man, I will tell you, if you went to school for any amount of time, you know that ain't no mask gonna stop no virus. It ain't gonna happen.
Social distance.
Well, the doctors wear the mask in the hospital, but yeah, they got filtered air in there too.
Yeah, we could all walk around in hazmat suits and be safe if we wanted to. I mean, but
Yeah. It's the biggest farce ever pulled on mankind, brother.
no, I agree.
And then you get these vaccines, and guess what they doing to you?
All the vaccines, people are getting sick from them now.
Mm-hmm. And it was by design.
And they had them ready within 6 months when it takes years to create a vaccine. Oh, we got it ready in 6 months.
See, if it was truly a vaccine, you'd only have to get it once. See, I was in the military, brother. I was in the military.
Right.
I have gotten a whole lot of vaccinations. I've been in the southern hemisphere. I've been over in the Middle East and all that kind of stuff. Man, do you know they would inject you in both arms with all kinds of stuff? And I got all those different injections while I was in the military. All right.
Right.
And these are vaccines because I only had to get them once.
One time. And it's not every year like this is.
No, because this is not a vaccine. Wow. This is not a vaccine, brother. No. And it's got side effects.
It does. No, it does. Yes. Yeah, 100% does.
Yep.
I've seen it happen to friends of mine.
Yeah. And why in the world would you go and get a vaccine that they're not mandated?
Yeah, you can't go to school unless you get it. You can't go to work unless you get it.
Are you serious? I mean, take me out of school. I'm like, no, I don't want. I ain't taking it. I am not taking. This is not the government of when I was in 80s, when I was in the military, man.
Right. Right.
I mean, and even then, I had gotten some twisted thoughts in the early 90s, man. I was stationed in Hawaii, and they were gearing up for the war in Iraq, right? Desert Storm. And,
okay. Was during that?
I had my own little tirade about that, because I was like, I'm rebelling now. Let me out of this military, they're full of smack, man. They don't go over there trying to save nobody. I did some research on Iraq and Iran and all this kind of stuff. Do you know the reason why Iraq came to be is because they needed a pipeline from the Black Sea to the Persian Gulf, brother. And that's what that was in.
That's what it was for.
Yeah, they got a straight shot to the Black Sea,
right,
for the oil.
Yeah. The oil.
You have heard or remember hearing Saddam Hussein that Iraq is part of Iran.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you look at a map. Right. And this was back when I was in my leftist mindset. Okay.
Right.
So it's changed now. It's changed drastically because when new information is introduced, something got to change. All right. Something got to change. Every time you get new information, like Albert Einstein told his assistant to go get the test, for the students, and he went and got the test. And he said, "But sir, this is the same test they took last year." He said, "I know, but the answers have changed."
Albert Einstein. That is great. I never heard that.
Well, this is where we are sitting right now. See, what used to make sense to me makes sense no more.
Yeah.
Because I man, my whole family is liberal.
No, right.
My whole family is liberal, and they look at me like I got a hole in my head.
Yeah, they think you're nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, when it all boils down to it, they know I'm right. They know I'm right. All these left wing non knuckleheads running around out here, they know we're right.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Right. But see, if you listen to a lie long enough, you will believe it. And that's why they keep on pumping out this garbage, pumping out this garbage. And you know what I want to see? I want to see some people held accountable. I'm tired of seeing everything get uncovered and then nothing happening.
The perp walks need to happen.
Yeah, we need to see some people get charged with treason.
Yes, and indicted, absolutely, because that's what it's come down to. And they've been getting away with it way too long, and it's affecting all of us. And we continue to allow it to happen, and it's sickening. But it's good that we're moving in the right direction, at least. But great job. Thank you for answering those questions, guys. I will get to we'll do more next week. Keep sending them in. Again, contact Rob on his website, rhillenterprisesinc.com. He'll take care of you, and send any questions in. We had a lot. We'll get to them, and we appreciate the viewership. The 11,000 viewership was the highest we've ever had, and keep watching, keep learning. That's what we're trying to do. He's professional at pulling your head out of the sand. He's going to open your eyes. So, Robb Hill, R. Hill Enterprises Inc. He is an accomplished author, public speaker, minister, and again, if your head's in the sand, he's going to yank it out. Open those eyes. I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.